Hey YouTube, it's Louie. Uh, I'm gonna start off saying two things. One's a story, but first, I have no problem with Christians believing in evolution. I think it's kind of weird. You know, you say, I believe in this whole thing, except for this and this. You know, oh, this part's not true, but the rest is. Sorry. But let me tell you a quick story and then I'll get on to the video I'm responding to. Back in history class, we were learning about World War II, talking about how all the Japanese people in America got locked up and thrown into concentration camps. Now these were just like temporary homes to live in. I mean, it wasn't the best place to live. It wasn't the most humane thing to do, but it was just to make sure that they didn't bomb us again like they did Pearl Harbor. In which we took a vote around the class, and the teacher asked, were they right? Should they have locked them up, or were they wrong and should have just let them live? Now, I believe there may have been a couple others. I believe I was one of very, very few that said they were right. They should have locked them up or put them in the concentration camps like they did. These were nothing like the Jewish concentration camps, so in Germany at the same time. So I got shit for it and had a small debate. You know, not big like I do now, but they were just like, what did they do? What did they do wrong? They're just Japanese living in America. Probably weren't even over in America, over in Japan ever. It's for their own. It's for our safety to make sure they're not bombing. What would have happened if they did bomb us again? They would have, you know. And then they proceed and going, yeah, but they didn't. Which I hate that argument in the past. But they didn't do it. No shit, we locked them up. And what if they did? You didn't know that at the time. But well, they didn't do anything. Well. So it was just something small like that. Then we got into similarities with the Iraq War. And this one thing, this was a couple days, couple weeks later, I can't remember. How we are locking up Iraqis or Arabs in places, and is that right? It's for our own protection, make sure they don't suicide bomb us. Everybody in the class said yes, that we should be doing that. Then he went around the class, asked who voted for Japan to be right. And I believe I was the only one because he says, at least you're consistent, this, that, the other. And then we got back into the Japan debate. And they're like, they didn't do anything. They're just living here. What about the Arabs that we have locked up now? That's different. How is it different? How the fuck is it different? As you can see, I'm holding the Bible. That will come in later, but how is it different? Same type of situation happens. We lock up one type of person because that's the type of people that tried to get us before. We want to make sure they don't do it again. How is it different? And they couldn't hold an argument to me. They could not hold an argument because they were contradicting themselves. So now they've lost their credibility. Now that will be relevant, and you stress that creationists are the ones that are hurting Christianity, that people won't want to join because of our crackpot theories. Well, one, when did this become an after-school club where we wanted as many people as we want to join? I'd rather have 10,000 people that really believed in God, truly believed in God, than a million people that and, just say that they believe in God. But so if you don't believe in the crackpot theories, why the fuck would you believe in the entire thing? I mean, personally, as a Christian, I think some of this shit looks pretty crackpot to me. Look at this. That's a big book to think that there's a lot of crackpot theories in there. And I believe in it. It's called faith. Now, I'm going to get lots and lots of shit from atheists. I know faith, I believe it's faith, believing without evidence. And that is why Christians are Christians. Or anybody religious, really. Anybody religious is religious because they have faith. They have no proof of their god or their gods or their prophets or whatever they may believe in to show that they are really as they say, but we have faith that no matter what the evidence shows against or not for or lack thereof of evidence, that that we will be rewarded in our belief and our trust in God and Jesus or whatever the fuck you believe. And that's what that is. And for anybody that, why do you believe? That's why most people believe, is because they want to be rewarded. And what if we're wrong? What if religious people are wrong? What the hell have we done? We've not wasted time. Really, we've not wasted anything. And besides, when we're dead, we won't care because we're in the ground, apparently. So, so there isn't much that we can do. I mean, that basically explains it. But I'm sorry, I'm reading. Sorry, my bad. Now, you stress that because of these crackpot theories, nobody wants to join, and it is the creationist fault. There are two people to blame for people not wanting to join Christianity. People like you that contradict what you believe. If Genesis is a lie, what about Psalms or Kings or Proverbs or any of these? Daniel. Like, what makes any of them to you true? Is Noah's Ark true? I mean, how do you decipher what is a lie in this holy book that we're supposed to believe in, and what is the truth? Or did God just sit back and go, what is that forming over there? Looks like a little universe. Whatever. It'll go away eventually. Then, millions of years later, it's like, holy shit, that really grew. Started watching Friends. I mean, that's... If you went up to a atheist and you go, hey, do you believe in God? No, I'm an atheist. Well, you should believe in God. Things that you don't agree with, that science can prove wrong, isn't true in here, but everything else is. Instead of going, hey, believe in God, this, that, the other, this whole book that was written about it, go to that for your reference. You don't have to question anything because that's what we believe. I'm not saying that you shouldn't question it, is it true or not, but I mean, you shouldn't. It's not like this isn't a part of the religion. And there's two people I said that make it hard for people to join. One, people like you who contradict us. Two, this guy called God. No matter what you say, there's always going to be that thing in the atheist's mind. I don't believe in God, but even though everything's the same, should I believe in God? No. The big person is God. That's why people don't join. Because they don't want to believe in God or Jesus. Not because they're crackpot theories. Because there's a crackpot person in the air. That's why people don't join. Get it through your head. Bye-bye.